I'm gonna see if I can protect my hog and fuck people up with it. But not really, because we're actually gonna be playing Vines and Mirror today. iPad, show the fuck out with the 2.4 cycle, not the classic 2.6. So this is gonna be even quicker. Now, the one thing I am worried about this deck is defense, because I only have the Musketeer and the Hero Ice Golem, and really the Hero Ice Golem I should be using to push, but we do have mirrors, so we're gonna see straight off what he has off the rip. Tombstone Ice Wizard, that's not too shabby. We don't get a Sweat Ball off rip, which now that I've been playing at higher trophies, getting a bunch of sweaters, a bunch of motherfuckers that just don't come out of their mom's basement and just play Clash Royale all day. And of course, we love giving free damage to my opponents, so we're gonna let that Ice Wizard hit our tower, and I am leaking, so I'm actually gonna mirror those skeletons right there. And yeah, so I don't think this is too bad. What should we say to play against? And he's gonna play a yeah, he's just gonna play that. I don't know why I keep forgetting what the name of the card is, but yeah, he's gonna play Vibe Giant right there. There we go. Alzheimer's is kicking in early. But yeah, today I'm gonna be telling the story of the first time I took the Zaza, the Sweet Mary Jane, whatever you want to call it. And hold on one second, as I defend this prince. So, flashback, young me, back in high school, 18 years old. I was something I wanted to try, I wasn't never the type of dude to experiment with, all sorts of crazy this and that, and, go all loco coco, all over that stuff, I was never that type of guy, but I would be lying if I said I wasn't interested of doing, the Mary Jane, the Zaza. And so, well, no, I wouldn't say one day, but over the period of time, I kind of talked to my friend about it. I was like, let's try it, you know what I'm saying? Something, let's do it, let's do it. And so, I'm not gonna really say how I acquired it because, again, like I said, there are people that watch this channel. But one way or another, I figured out a way to acquire that sweet, sweet Zaza. And so, I was, before I ever did it, okay, I'm gonna mirror that cannon right there because I don't want that Goblin Chime taking out entire fucking family in my tower. So, yep, and Evil Firecrack is gonna get probably a decent amount of damage right here, if I do say so myself. But as long as we mitigate the damage, I'm fine with that. You know what? We're gonna push in with the Hero Ice Golem and the Hog Rider right here, just to take his entire, just take his virginity. Yep, that's what I wanted to say. Alright, now let's defend this with the Esper, and this guy's not trying to let me tell my story. So hold on for just one moment right here. Yep, play your Goblin Giant, play your Firecracker. Okay, I'm actually he's gonna play Poison. That's fine with me, as long as it goes for the tower and doesn't get any real damage. Okay, I'm gonna have to prevent that Firecracker from taking a lot of damage. Goblin Giant, don't take my tower, please. He does have Poison, so I need to be careful about that. Hopefully that Firecracker does not get any damage on the tower. Yep, he's gonna play Goblin Giant. I'm just gonna have to go. Okay. Did not think Firecracker does that damage, but it does. So he takes my fucking tower in the sky. Yeah, doesn't want to let me tell my story. Anyways, so over the period of, I would say, a couple weeks, kind of learned a little bit more about it because, I didn't want to just go into it just doing whatever because, again, this was my first time. So I wanted a little bit of information before I did something so interesting, is what we'll say. And he's playing Skeleton Army, buddy. You gotta do better than that. That's not gonna work. Let's hit him with a little L, let him know that I'm just above you. And so, once I kind of got to know a little bit about this, what do you call it? I decided that I would start on with a low dose. Now, I did want to get my hands on a joint, but unfortunately, I could not find somewhere where I can roll it up. And so I had to settle with what they call edibles. Yes, edibles that settled with. And so after that, I figured out that probably it was best to take a low dose, not something super crazy, not something super high. And I decided on a dose of around 2.5 grains, which, again, I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure that was not too big of a deal to start off with. Now, granted, I figured out later on that, spoiler alert, that wasn't that much. but I decided to take it. So I got my hand on this the day of the thing, and I also got my hands on one of those pens. Now I don't think it was a lot. I forgot exactly the amount it was, but it was something close to those edibles that I was taking. So again, or maybe it wasn't. I don't really know exactly to this day how the doses works because I'm not no expert, but it was something similar. And so one day, again, by this time I had a card. Um, so one day I decided, in the car, let's try it. I was by myself on this, well, really chill. It was a pretty hot day, and so I parked somewhere randomly, and well, I decided to take it. And when I tell you that I was not that ready for it, well, that's an understatement of the century. All those feelings that they say that you feel, I felt it all. Okay, buddy, you're gonna play Expo. I don't know what that came out of, but we should be able to defend that quite easily with that hog right there. And yeah, we should be being chilling right there. Should be being chilling. All is fine in the world. He's gonna play a cannon. Looks like he's trying to cycle to that Expo. And so I take it, right? I take the I take the dose that day. I hit the pen over and over. I take the edibles, and I feel it pretty much kicking in. Now, in the beginning, I didn't really know exactly what it felt like. First time doing it. I know that you will feel some sort of buzz, but about 50, 20 minutes, nothing's going on. And that classic, man, these edibles ain't shit. Boom, it hits. I would say, because I was taking such a low dose, it took longer to hit. But I want to say maybe 30 to 40 minutes, maybe a bit longer. Again, I don't remember everything, but I think that's the amount of time it took. And I felt some sort of buzz in my head. I believe I hit the pen more times than one, which is quite the stupid idea, which you'll see later on what I'm about to say. But yeah, I took both. I believe I hit the pen and took some of the gummies. And well, to say the least, that I felt it. I definitely felt it. Yes, I felt the buzz, and I was so fried. I just took a nap inside my car. I might have woke up 30 minutes later, and I just felt warm all around. I felt great. I'll be honest. I felt real great. Not maybe mentally, but physically, I felt warm. Like there's someone hugging me. Maybe not that, but I felt pretty warm. When you're cold and you have a blanket all around you, and you feel really cold and maybe shivering a little bit. That's how I felt. And so I took this very, very great nap in the back of my car, woke up, and that day I decided, you know what? I was going to go hang out with my friends afterwards. Again, I'll tell you why it was a bad idea afterwards. So again, flash forward a little bit later. I'm out to this place with my friends, and we're all chilling. And they knew I was buzzed for sure. They knew. I told them. And I mean, you could tell I was saying all sorts of crazy stuff. I mean, yeah, it was crazy. Okay, I'm gonna vines that. Don't want that to take my entire tower, so let's chill the fuck out right here. You can take that side of the tower. I'm fine with that. We already took half his tower. And I'm actually not gonna let to defend that because my king tower should be able to survive that. And he's gonna play a pecker right there. So I'm gonna play this. And I'm gonna play the hero ice cream as well with a bunch of skeletons. And this guy just won't let me tell my story again. Anyways, so I'm in the place where we're at, and I'm just out of my mind. I'm just saying all sorts of crazy shit. I don't exactly remember, but you can assume. When you've taken that sort of stuff, it makes you say some crazy things. And I'm gonna vines that right there. Take the tower, boom. All right. And so obviously, like I said, I was out of my mind, saying all sorts of crazy stuff. And when I get home, now here's the part, kind of hurts to tell. Now, the thing about this sweet Mary Jane is that kind of don't have your mind, working on all cylinders. And when you don't have your mind firing on all cylinders, you sort of become a little bit incompetent. And so, okay, hopefully this guy doesn't beat me, but it looks like we're about to lose. So when your mind's a little bit incompetent, you're not really thinking right. And so, believe it or not, while I was trying to get home and type my address in, I couldn't. I straight up commit. I was that gone. And so, 20, 30 minutes, I would say it took me to even just, keep forgetting where I was going and whatnot. I'm telling you, it was crazy. And so that happens, right? And then finally, I get my stuff together, and I'm on my way back home. And while I'm on my way back home, again, it took a lot of effort just to be able to drive on the way back home. Now, granted, I probably should have not been driving, but again, I was not doing the smartest things in the world. And so it took me a long time home. And the first thing I did actually when I got home was eat a burger. And that's another thing I found out is that when you eat food while you're taking that sweet Mary Jane, everything tastes so much better. It doesn't matter what it could be. It could be ice cream. It could be fried foods. It doesn't really matter. And that was a quite delightful experience, I have to say the least. That burger was pretty well. Another thing I did here is to eat fruits, but unfortunately, I think I forgot about it or didn't remember. And so yeah, and that was my first time taking this the full story. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that story. And there's not much more to say except take this guy out now. And I know we have lost every single game about this in this game or in this story time, but you know, I mean, we'll see. And as you can see, we got the new setup today because unfortunately the old setup, well, things have happened to that old setup, man. Things have happened to that old setup. So let's give him belt to ass right here. Put the hero ice golem. Make sure that we end off the game or end off the vid with a dub like usual because you already know I'm a winner, man. I'm a winner at everything it comes to. And this guy clearly needs to be humbled playing his, I'm guessing E-Golem because he has a pump. But I'm not even really sure. So I'm going to mirror my, okay, what the fuck is that? We're going to find all that. Settle that the fuck down. Play a Musketeer. He's going to take a decent amount of my tower. But I'm being chilling because I've got the Hog. And I've got stuff to counter that. I don't know why I said it like that, but alright. So he's going to play Evil Royal Ghost. That's going to take out my Musketeer, but I'm not too worried about that. As long as the Hog gets maybe 2-3 hits. Great value for my Hog. And he's probably going to play 3 Musketeers in the pocket, which I'm not going to like too much. But again, not too worried about that. Yep. Saw that coming. Vines the fuck out of everything right here. And boom, I mean, takes out everything. God, this deck is just nasty in ways I didn't even imagine. Now, we don't have Fireball, so I am going to have to take this guy out little by little. I don't know why I said that in a Russian accent, but yeah, alright. I mean, it's over for you, buddy. I'm going to have to hit him with the L. Let him know I fucking own you. And, oh, Royal Ghost, don't do that to me. Yep, reset that Royal Ghost, and boom, we are Bing chilling. Goodbye, West Line. GG's, good game. So if you guys like that story time, you know, smash like, hit a big sub, and see you all in the next video. Let's open this lucky drop, see how it goes. Yep. Give me the